All right, I wanted to let everyone know a few things. I'm going to put things kind of in brief in the announcements, and I thought I would go into more detail in this video. I know for a lot of people, maybe reading is not your favorite thing to do, and it might be easier to listen and see what's going on. Oh, great. My husband's just about to start the lawnmower, so it might get noisy. Okay, so what I wanted to show you, two things, I guess, probably three. When you go into the course content, well, okay, let me back up. First of all, I hope you are making sure that you read the announcements. I try to put kind of an overview of what's going on in the announcements. Um, and I also send a copy to your email. But what you'll notice in your email will be your community college email. So what you notice is sometimes in the announcements, there's a link. When I email it to you, you don't have access to that link. So you'd have to make sure you get into the course to look at it. Okay. In course content, if we just look at this week's, what I added this time was the work that is due this week, just so you have kind of an overview of what is due and when. And then everything should be here. Now, it is possible that I have forgotten something, or that something that just seems obvious to me because I've done this so many times is not obvious to you. Please, if that's the case, just reach out to me. I certainly don't mind explaining something again, and I really do welcome any suggestions that you have. You've taken online classes before and you found things that worked, let me know. I might not implement them, but I'm always looking for ways that I can make the course better. All right. So if you look at this week, you notice that there is no journal due, and instead you're going to get started working on the essay. Okay, and so this is what is due for part one of the essay. And well, where can you see the overall of the essay? And it is here in assignment descriptions and sample assignments. Okay, so I've got some information about the journals, I have information about the essays, and then I have something that you should all look at. I thought I had told people about it, and I guess I didn't. I just finished giving feedback to everyone on the very first journal, and I said multiple times, there's some issues with formatting, so I wanted to show you this. There is a video on how to format a journal or an essay. There is a video on if you are using Google Docs, because it doesn't always translate well, because you have to download it and save it as Word, and sometimes there's a little bit of a glitch. You will notice that the textbook authors, there are three of them, so it's not correct to say Adler. You have to do Adler et al. They frequently cite the work of other people. And so what I have is a little bit of, it's a link to when you are citing something that someone else cited, you didn't actually, like in this one, you didn't go out and read Sincerity and Objectification by Zhukovsky. You actually read Bonnie Costello's Marianne Moore Imaginary Possessions. So you always, on your works cited page, you always write the actual material that you read, but when they cite something, you say this is called a signal phrase, in so and so's work, or you might say something like, according to Smith, blah 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 blah, whatever they said, and then you would write QTD, which is quoted in Adler et al, and then whatever the page number is. Okay. There is also an example of a sample works cited page. I'm just going to go to the PDF. This is if you don't, please, when you cite it, don't write actual book. If you have a hard copy of the textbook, this is how you cite it. If you are accessing it digitally on Redshelf, this is how you cite it. I don't believe there's another version, but if there is and you're not exactly sure how to cite it, get in touch with me and we will figure it out. Please note The words are works cited, not references or anything else. And it's also set up as a hanging indent. And let me go back. Was there anything else there? Okay. Alrighty. And then I believe the works cited page, you'll find some more information on formatting a journal or an essay. There's a very useful site. Let's say that you have, okay, help me, oh shoot. You watched a YouTube video and you want to cite it. You take the URL and you put it in here. If it's a website, it could be a book, a journal, whatever you have, and then you click cite, and it will actually create the works cited. It will create the citation for you. You do frequently have to watch an annoying video unless you want to buy into Purdue OWL. Okay, so that is, let me get out of here. That's that. There was one other thing I was going to say. Let me go into course content. The very first week, I had asked you to watch a video called Submitting Work and Accessing Feedback. If you haven't yet watched that, please watch this now. Every semester, there is a student who only ever looks at the rubric score. They never click to see the comments that I made. If it's a journal, they don't open the document to see any comments, and they keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And then at the end of the semester, they tell me that I didn't give them enough feedback. And believe me, I'd spend considerable amount of time giving you feedback because I think that's very important. Okay, so just make sure you watch that. And I should have, okay, so let's look at the essay. And let's look at, shoot, okay. Lots of things that you can see here. The essay, the directions and the timeline, so you can plan for it. I have the rubric in Word. I also have the rubric in a PDF. There's an overview of the essay itself. Please note in this essay overview, if I talk about the rubric, I changed it for this semester. When you're thinking about what you're going to write about, I've given a couple of examples of when people have done observations, also when people have done experiments, and then there are 5 sample essays. I think I'm going to upload a couple more just so you can take a look and see what's what. Oh, dang. Sorry. Click back too far. I don't want to do this because it's going to download, and then I have to open the download. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so basically this is what the essay is. I see it as the overlap of nonverbal communication and social norms. So basically what I'm asking you to do is to think about the social norms of nonverbal communication in various situations. I recommend, if you are working, use your workplace. Don't create extra work for yourself. If you happen to have a family get-together or a party or something that you normally do, like you go bowling every Thursday night, why don't you do an observation at the bowling alley? I was going to say bowling rink. That didn't sound right. Okay, so you don't have to go out of your way to create something, crazy. Just think about in your daily life, what are some of the nonverbals? It can be clothing. It could be time. So if you look in chapter 7, you will see the last section in that chapter talks about the different kinds of nonverbal communication. We tend to think mostly of facial expressions and gestures and posture, but right. I said there's time, there's clothing, there's distance, there's, what else do I want to talk about? Anyways, just really pay attention to chapter 7. What's most interesting to you? What would you like to learn about? And that's what you're going to write about. And you are either going to break a rule about nonverbal communication, or you're going to do an observation. Okay, if you decide to do a nonverbal violation, please make sure you do something that's not going to get you in trouble. Right? Don't put yourself in danger for this assignment. Um, I'm trying to think of something that you could, take a look, really get into the assignment descriptions and sample assignments, go into essay, take a look at what people have done in the past, think about what fits your life and your own personality. Okay, is there anything else I needed to say to you? I think that's it. But let me say once again, let me go here. If you have questions, there is the course questions. You could ask a question here, because chances are if you have a question about something, someone else does too. Now, if your question is, could you please explain the grade that I got, that's not appropriate to put here. That you would send me a message. Okay. If it's a question that it's maybe, well, how long, well, even though I tell you how long it should be, questions like that you could put here. Okay. So, as always, if you have any questions for me, reach out to me. I check the messages daily. I check my email daily. Or actually, I probably check it about twice a day. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope you're having a great day and keep the work coming.